Welcome to Malika's World!
Hi, let me take you on a journey through my school years. In 2007, I joined Convent of Jesus and Mary, a Catholic missionary school in Lahore. For the next 12 years, my life revolved around studies, homework, revision, and tests. Finally, I was done with my GCSEs and headed towards the final 2 years of high school. A few days later, as I sat down to finish my Learner's Voice application, I came across a very intriguing question. This got me thinking, what would I change about my 12 years at CJM? The primary emphasis of teachers and the school administration was always on grades. It did not matter if you understood a concept as long as you could reproduce it on the exam. Let me share an example with you. This is an extract from the syllabus for the GCSE Physics Alternative to Practical exam. It clearly mentions that students should have hands-on experience of performing experiments. However, since our main focus was always on attaining good grades, we spent time identifying exam patterns instead of performing experiments. The skills gap. We often hear that there is an endless line of college graduates who are unable to find jobs. Some researchers blame this on the skills gap. These include public speaking, problem solving, communication, etc. According to recent figures, over 60% of Pakistan's population is below the age of 30. Furthermore, we produce approximately 500,000 university graduates every year. This creates a vicious cycle of unemployment. Now you might be wondering that why am I, a 16-year-old high school student, worried about these things? Well, it's because I have also suffered because of the skills gap. Last year, I was selected as one of the speakers for PyCon Pakistan. I would be sharing my ideas on how we can teach children how to code using Python programming language. The problem? I had never created a professional presentation, nor had I spoken in front of a public audience. If I could go back in time, I would urge my teachers to help us acquire some of these in demand skills. Technovation is a global competition that challenges young girls to address problems in their communities by designing a mobile app. If it wasn't for Technovation, I probably wouldn't even know what social entrepreneurship is. During its ideation phase, our team explored a whole host of social problems that we wanted to address. In the end, we chose child sexual abuse. Our primary submission was a mobile app. However, we also had to make a pitch video, as well as a business plan that included things such as competitor analysis and financial projections. As grateful as I am to the people behind Technovation, I wish our schools also taught us some of these things. I got my first taste of experiential learning in 2017 when I was fortunate enough to attend a Girls Make Games bootcamp at MIT. Every morning, our instructors asked us to play a video game that highlighted the feature they were going to teach us that day. As we played, they would tell us some of the game mechanics that made those scenes possible. This helped us in having a better understanding of our tasks for the day. From using educational video games to teach concepts of science and math, to acting out a Shakespeare play instead of merely memorizing its key points, experiential learning is something that can be implemented across the school curriculums. I, for one, surely wish I had some of it during my school years. So, to sum up, what would I change about my educational experience? I would place more emphasis on understanding what I learned instead of just memorizing. I would want to learn skills that help me avoid being a victim of the skills gap. I would want to learn about social entrepreneurship, and I would want the curriculum to include experiential learning.